it's Melissa
and Stephanie,
and today we are bringing you guys our second installment of Q&A Tuesday. We went to Twitter and asked you guys to send us your questions, and this time we actually had a hashtag #AsksMonk, which was suggested by a lovely follower on Twitter, so thank you for that because you guys actually used the hashtag, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool. So we have around 10 questions, give or take. We don't want this to be too long, but we also want to answer the questions. So we're going to jump right into it. So the question is, what is your favorite fashion trend for fall?
I think I'm still on a 70s kick. I've been seeing a lot of jewel tones instead of them being as glossy as they have previous seasons. I think we're seeing them in a lot of nice suedes, so I'm loving that.
I'm really into flare jeans right now, and it was like last fall lookbooks. I did a pair of flare jeans, and I feel like they were kind of starting to make their way into like the fashion trends and trickling down to the masses, but I feel like this season a lot of fast fashion retailers are making super wide flare bell-bottom jeans, and so I'm like, I have a pair, and I have two pairs actually, and I'm super excited to rock those this fall.
So the next question is, what do you most enjoy about YouTube?
I think there are a lot of things I enjoy about YouTube, but one of the most enjoyable things is just being able to connect with you guys and having a platform and an outlet. And I never thought we're not the biggest YouTubers out there, but I feel like I have a connection with you guys and an interaction with you guys, and I can tell you guys what I'm thinking or what I'm feeling, and we can connect on a level, whereas before YouTube, I really didn't have people I could do that with, and so I feel like we're all friends. When people comment and they're like, be my friend, I'll comment back and be like, I thought I already was your friend. Like, I feel like everybody is like my friend on YouTube.
For me, I think YouTube is a really good creative outlet. It's a way for me to like showcase what I like, what I'm doing, and if I didn't have YouTube, I really wouldn't have any other way of sharing that. So I think that's what I love the most about it. But also, yeah, the interaction with you guys is amazing. I never thought that we would have such an amazing interaction with you guys, and I think it's progressively getting better, which I love. So thank you guys for that.
Next question is celeb crushes. It's the little monkey face.
Oh, I thought you were trying to do a heart. I thought you were like trying to be like, I wasn't sure. My celeb crush, the only celeb that I think is always my celeb crush is probably Jake Gyllenhaal.
I was gonna say that too.
Jake Gyllenhaal can do no wrong in my
eyes. Literally say to everybody, I'm like, Jake Gyllenhaal can run me over with his car and I will still like be in love with him. I don't even care, even though that might be like domestic violence in some sort. Let's not take that too personal or like too far, but I love Jake Gyllenhaal.
So this next question is really good, and it is, how do you guys maintain your finances and find ways to save? Being an adult can be rough, especially when it's just you, and that is so true. And Stephanie and I were actually talking about this, and I think the biggest thing, the piece of advice I can give to you guys is don't live beyond your means.
Very true.
Especially with social media so prevalent right now. We can see what everybody's doing, where they're going, what they're buying, and you don't literally have to keep up with the Kardashians. Their lifestyle is not realistic for so many of us, but I think sometimes we see these things and we think we have to have all of this stuff at every given time, and we really don't.
I feel like we're also really swayed by the media that we need this and we need that. We need the newest iPhone, we need the newest car, we need the biggest, the best, whatever, and that's not necessarily the case. When you become an adult, you have to literally prioritize where your money's going, and sometimes I feel like as young adults, we feel like, just like Melissa said, we need to keep up with everybody, when sometimes we're like, oh hey, I really don't have that much spending money until my next paycheck. Maybe I should just stay home tonight, have a Netflix and chill type of night. But we're always wanting to keep up with our friends and whatnot, when that's not necessarily what you have to do. The next question is, any trips you're planning to go on?
We want to go on a trip this fall, sometime probably in September, but we're not sure what we want to do. We always go to LA, and we would love to go to LA because we haven't been in such a long time, but at the same time, we're kind of torn between doing what we always do and trying to do something new. So maybe you guys could leave us suggestions, or if you want us to come to LA, just be like, come to LA.
And then we probably
will
will
come to LA. The next question is, are there any current trends that you don't like? I actually was just reading the other day that women are starting to move away from wearing denim and dresses, and this whole athleisure trend is kind of taking over. Yoga pants are becoming a new norm. I personally do not rock the yoga pants unless it's something related to activity, like going to the gym.
I only wear leggings under
trend.
shorts when I'm going to the gym.
I just can't get behind the leggings as
I don't even know if that's a trend. I feel like it's just a
trend.
norm.
They say
like
it's
becoming
becoming
more
a trend.
It's
It's
just like
that
normal.
women want to look like they are active, and so they're just wearing active wear. That's like more of a trend now.
I don't know. I can't get behind that. I wear active wear to the gym. Sometimes I'll wear like gym shorts when I'm running errands.
Yeah.
But for the most part,
I don't get ready. Like, if I was going to a dinner with friends, I wouldn't put on activewear and feel like that's okay to wear it out.
Or just wear
Or
like yoga
leggings.
pants
Yeah.
and like a tunic. Like, I don't feel comfortable like that. I'm sure there are a lot of women out there that are comfortable like that, and in no way am I trying to bash you guys, but it's not something that
I just can't get behind that trend.
The next question is, how would you describe your aesthetic?
Aesthetic is low-key, one of Stephanie's
High-key.
favorite words.
High-key. And for those of you guys that are like, it's low-key. Yes, we know it's low-key, but high-key
is the opposite. Of low-key. But then when you use low-key as the term, but you really mean it high-key, then you just say high-key.
High-key.
And I didn't come up with this,
No.
okay? This was our friends. I only picked this up from them.
I hate the word aesthetic. I hate when people use aesthetic in their Instagram bio as any word to describe themselves or what they're doing or their Instagram feed. Like, I don't know where this word just became like so cool and trendy to use.
I mean, because that's what it is. Like, you would say this is my aesthetic.
I know, but still.
I think it's just become so overly saturated that you hate it.
Yes, that everybody's like, oh, it's my aesthetic. They don't even use they don't even use it the right way. They're like, oh, aesthetic, that's aesthetic. This is aesthetic. Oh, this is aesthetic goals. I'm like, what? Do you know what you're saying? I don't know. I just can't get behind the word aesthetic, like high key.
So back to the question, Stephanie cannot describe her aesthetic. I don't know if I can either, really, because I don't know what descriptive words I would use for aesthetic. Maybe clean, simple, easy, white, oversized. I'm trying to think of words that would describe my aesthetic.
Red,
I don't even
McDonald's,
know.
French fries, white border, black and white, chrome, gray, buildings, landscape, architecture, boxed water. That's my aesthetic. Boxed water is my aesthetic.
So this next question is really funny. What were you guys like in middle school / high school? Oh my gosh, horrible, tragic. I will say that in middle school, we were straight up scenesters. I don't know if that's a thing anymore.
Bangs in front of the face.
What did you say? We had to make our own skinny jeans?
We had to make our own skinny jeans because this was, I know kids, this was pre-skinny jeans. Like, there was no such thing as skinny jeans, so I had to cut my Levi's and sew the sides up. And they would like rip when I was in PE class because it was so jank. In high school, I think we, like, everybody...
I went through so many different phases, I guess, in high school. I can't really say anything. Like, I wasn't really definitively anything.
No, I wasn't either. I wore a lot of, like, gaudy necklaces
and
belts.
I wore a lot of accessories, too. Actually, I have a lot of gaudy earrings that I wore. Looking back on it now.
But we did win Best Dressed, if that...
Yeah, we did win Best Dressed, but we also worked for the yearbook, too, so... But people did vote for us.
People voted for us. We promise.
That picture of me in the yearbook is
oh my gosh, I was like this in the yearbook.
I was like this too.
Maybe we'll insert that.
No, we won't.
Okay. So the next question is, where did you get your nicknames from? This is a very sought after question. People want to know. My nickname is Punk.
My nickname is Smell, and it's not because I smell. Greg nicknamed us. He nicknamed Stephanie Punk because, I mean, straight up, sometimes she's just a punk. I think it went from punk ass to just punk.
Yeah, it did.
She's just being a little punk.
He's like, you're being a punk right now. I'm like, no, I'm not. Nah. And so it just kind of...
It just stuck.
It stuck.
It really did.
So,
And
yeah.
then I think my nickname is also something Greg would call me, Smell, because it's Mel with just an S on the...
And she's like, smell, you smell,
So,
you're
yeah.
smelly.
But it's not with one L, it's with two.
It's with two
just like the
Ls.
word smell.
Yeah. So our last question is basically about music. We received a ton of questions, who our favorite artists are, what we're currently listening to, what's on our playlist, so we thought we would just kind of share it in one question with you guys.
I think the song that we are currently listening to on repeat, actually I don't think it, I know it, is Hotline Bling by Drake. I remember seeing everybody tweeting about it and I had to listen to it, and then I remember I texted Stephanie, it's actually not a bad song, and now we listen to it all the time.
Yes. What else? I've been listening to a lot of Channel Orange on repeat just because, as many of you guys I'm sure know, Frank Ocean didn't drop his new album, so we get to listen to Channel Orange for
awesome.
Who knows how much longer.
And I have currently been listening to Currents by Tame Impala on repeat. Eventually is High Key, my favorite song.
Also, as far as like what we listen to just every single day, a lot of classic rock.
A lot of everything, really.
Yeah.
We don't have like one specific genre that we listen to.
I know there are some people that are like, I only like rap, I only like hip-hop, or I only like this or this, but I feel like we like to give everything a chance.
Yeah, very
just
true.
because we, you know, have a really open music taste. So if you guys have any suggestions on things we should listen to, feel free to leave them down below. We're always We're always open to listening to new music.
So that wraps up our second Q&A Tuesday. If you guys did enjoy this video, give us a thumbs up. And if you want to ever ask us questions, you can do so on Twitter or in the comments down below. We tend to just take the questions from Twitter, and we'll usually tweet out before we do the Q&A Tuesday. I think it's the first or the second Tuesday of every month.
I think it's the second.
What we were trying to do. I think it's the second Tuesday of every month. So you guys can look forward to that every second Tuesday of the month.
Yay! And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to be notified when we put out new videos, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye!